Hello everyone, my name is GabeMagic1337. You might know me from the videos I do. I mean, they're not that popular, but the last videos I did were like gaming videos. I mean, to your surprise, I mean, like, I did like gaming. I did this Aoni thing, and I did the Freddy thing, but today, this year is 2016, and you know, I haven't made that much videos that often. So, my New Year's resolution this year is to make more videos for you guys when I'm available, okay? And, to the new video this year, I'm not doing a gaming video, but as you can probably tell by the box in front of you, I'm, doing a review. Now, last time I reviewed was this. The One Ring to Rule Them All, and in the darkness bind them. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I reviewed that. Hang on, let me just adjust this. Okay. I reviewed this, which was the One Ring, and I also reviewed many other things, like the Doctor Who merchandise, such as this. I remember this is actually very popular. I mean, you guys like this. Like, you guys like this a lot. I mean, and I also reviewed not just Doctor Who merchandise, but I also reviewed one piece of Harry Potter merchandise, which was that, or Harry Potter's wand itself. Now, if you guys don't know about Harry Potter's wand, I mean, well, three options basically. One, you can read the books or watch the movies. Two, you can look it up on the internet, because there's many things on there. And three, you can watch my video of my review for Harry Potter's wand, which is this one. Sorry, I just like doing that. Yeah, I reviewed Harry's wand, but today, I mean, this might, to your surprise, and to, like, I know you guys were, I think some of you were expecting something else, but today I'm going to review another piece of Harry Potter merchandise. Today, okay, well, this is Harry, so, today, I mean, I have another wand, which is basically the antagonist of the whole Harry Potter series. And, you guessed it, and here it is. The Wand of He Who Must Not Be Named. Otherwise known as you-know-who. Otherwise known as the infamous Lord Voldemort. Or, as he was known then, Tom Riddle. Okay, let's open this up. You guys can... Alright. Now, let's... Nice velvet with ribbons. And here it is, and it's in the Ollivanders box, which I chose to get in because, you know, I'm a complete nerd. Anyway, let's get this out. I like this velvet felt thingy. I mean, it feels nice, you know, makes it feel authentic. Anyway, let's take this wand out. Here we are. The Wand of Lord Voldemort. Or however you want to call him. You-know-who, or He Who Must Not Be Named, or simply Tom Riddle. Now, as I've said before, like in my last Harry Potter video, both Voldemort's wand and Harry Potter's wand are have the same core and are some ways like brothers, but I'll get to that later. For now, I'm going to give you like the whole history about Tom Riddle's wand. I mean, from when he purchased it to his last use of it. And I think I have enough time. I don't know, but I'm just gonna get what I can down for now. Anyway, Tom Riddle's wand. Well, in 1939, Tom Riddle, Tom Marvolo Riddle, as he was called, he grew up in an orphanage, and he went to Diagon Alley on his first. He went to Diagon Alley to retrieve his school supplies. A quick disclaimer: if you guys don't, if any of you are not Harry Potter nerds and you don't know what I'm talking about, you might not know what I'm talking about. Those of you who do know, I mean, of course you'll know this, but he went to Diagon Alley to get all school supplies for his first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. You're a wizard, Tom. Anyway, when he was 11, he traveled to Diagon Alley and went into Ollivander's wand shop, as do most witches and wizards when they're like 11, because that's when they start their first year at Hogwarts. As like every other new wizard or witch, he tried out many different wands until one chose him, and this one chose him. Until one finally chose him, and that was this one. And this wand, as depicted in the books, was 13.5 inches long and made of yew. Y-E-W. The wood. Yew wood. Anyway, Ollivander stated that this one was actually very powerful. And, well, not that powerful, but not as powerful as, like, the other one or anything. But it was fairly powerful, and it shows Riddle as a master, and it had a phoenix tail feather core. And, like I said before, Harry's wand also had the same core of the same phoenix. And, yeah. Anyway, over his course of years at Hogwarts, I mean, Riddle, our Tom, his personality, like, became darker and, darker, like, in secret. And, I mean, well, to the outside world, he was like a normal person and like a role model to some people, but on the inside, he was, like, evil and greedy and murderous. Like, he was born to never understand love or never understand good, or he was always, and he cared for no one but himself. And he saw others as two options: either obstacles to overcome, or tools to be manipulated. The ends to which Riddle put his wand were less than noble, and at times violent in his school years, so he would put his wand would be, he would put his wand to, like, evil doings. He would sometimes use it for violent things, because, he doesn't understand. He's not a positive person. To the much of the Hogwarts staff at Hogwarts, during that time, they saw him as a model, as a model person, but, except one person. That person was Albus Dumbledore. Because during their first meeting at the orphanage where Tom grew up, Wool's orphanage, he never forgot his behavior and his, like, things he did to the other children. And he did some pretty horrifying things, like, really scary things when he was, like, even when he was, like, young, like, he could perform magic pretty well for a young age of a wizard. And as stated in the books, he can move things, and, he can talk to snakes, which talking to snakes is something called parcel tongue. It's the language of serpents, and the reason why he can talk to snakes is because he is a direct descendant of Salazar Slytherin. And Salazar Slytherin is one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. His gift was he can speak to snakes, and he was most famous for being ambitious and prejudiced against Muggles and Muggleborns. And he built the Chamber of Secrets and, all that stuff. That's what he's most famous for, anyway. In 1943, Tom used this wand to plot or act of revenge against his father, Tom Riddle Sr., who, if you don't know, Tom Riddle Sr. was Tom Riddle's Jr., Tom Marvolo Riddle, who's this wand is, father. And he was a Muggle. And his mother, Merripy Gaunt, direct descendant of Salazar Slytherin, abandoned her family's beliefs in blood purity and chose to fall in love with him. Instead of going up to him and asking him out or anything, she cheated and used a love potion to attract him to her. And she kept feeding him it until she got pregnant. And after she got pregnant, she stopped feeding him it in hopes that he would finally love her in return, or at least stay for their unborn child. To which he did neither. And yeah. Tom Riddle Sr., he abandoned Riddle's mother along with himself many years before he fled back to the village of Little Hangleton, which is where he grew up, to live in his family home, the Riddle House. Okay, I'm just to let you know, I'm reading this off of this. I'm reading this off of this. No, I did. Riddle came to the village and met his uncle, Morphine Gaunt, who told him the full story of Tom Riddle Sr. and his sister, Merripy Gaunt. The story enraged Riddle because the story enraged Riddle, and he then used his wand to stun his uncle and take his wand from him in turn. And if you guys know, stunning is the spell Stupefy. And, Stupefy is stunning spell. And, he then, Riddle then proceeded to the Riddle House and murdered his father, his Muggle grandparents, Thomas and Mary Riddle, with the Killing Curse. And if you don't know, everyone knows this, the Killing Curse, as you know, is Avada Kedavra. And he murdered all 3 of them with it. His grandparents and his dad. But what he did, though, he murdered them not with his wand, not with this wand, but with his Uncle Morphin's wand. Yeah. Anyway, he then, after he murdered them, he then returned to Morphin's place and replaced Morphin's wand on his person and used this wand to modify his memory and to make him confess to killing the Riddles, so there would be no further investigation from the Ministry of Magic. The Ministry of Magic is like wizard government. And, the reason why he didn't use his own wand, and, this is an obvious thing, but most wizards who are, criminals or murderers or bad people never use their own wand to commit murders or unforgivable curses, which are... don't use their own wand to perform unforgivable curses, such as the Killing Curse or the Imperius or Cruciatus curses, because if they do that, then if they use their own wands to do that, the Ministry will find out, because if you don't know, wands keep a spell record of every spell their master uses, and if they use their own wand, the Ministry can find out, because by this thing called priori incantatem, and that's basically it's basically like revealing to see what the last spell you used was. And if they find that you did use a Cruciatus curse or one of the 3 unforgivable curses, then they're going to put you away in Azkaban, which is the wizard prison. And nobody wants that, so they use other wizards' wands. They use another person's wand by either like borrowing one or maybe just stealing it, or I don't know. And anyway, Riddle then stole Marvolo Gaunt's ring from Morfin's hand in Lowell Hamilton, having committed the first of what would become many murders throughout the remainder of his life. Okay, anyway. And after this, he started going by the name of Lord Voldemort, because he wanted to spare the memory of his filthy Muggle father. Sorry. Anyway, he then, he was obsessed with immortality, and, like, he was afraid of death. Like, he feared death more than anything else, and, at first he thought when he learned he was a wizard, he thought his father was the wizard parent, and his mother was the Muggle parent, but that was wrong, because since his mother died giving birth to him, he said that if she was really a witch, she could have avoided death, but apparently that's not true. I mean, death happens to everyone, even wizards. Until he found out that his mother was the parent of the wizarding heritage. He started studying his family tree, and eventually learned of his direct descendant. Sorry, I can't speak today. He learned of his ancestor and direct bloodline to Salazar Slytherin, and he also began studying Horcruxes from books in the restricted section of the Hogwarts library, and used his wand, this thing, to create one using his childhood diary, and through the use of an early indirect murder of fellow student Myrtle Warren, and if you fans already know, that's Moaning Myrtle, and those of you who don't know, Moaning Myrtle was a Ravenclaw student, and she was killed by the basilisk after Tom opened the Chamber of Secrets and unleashed the basilisk to purge the school of all those who, in Tom's and Slytherin's eyes, were unworthy to study magic, and in their eyes, Muggleborns. Or sorry if to get really offensive, if you're Tom, he calls them mudbloods. And mudbloods is a very offensive term to Muggleborn wizards, because it's like an offensive name to call a Muggleborn wizard who has Muggle parents. It's a really offensive word in the wizarding world, just like here in the world we live in, or in the world that I live in. It's just the same as the N-word. The N-word, which is also offensive and very rude. Mudblood is also like that, but, it's not race, it's blood, Anyway, Riddle later questioned Potion's master, Horse Slughorn, about what will become of the wizard who made more than one Horcrux. eventually revealing his desire to make his soul a 7-part soul. He continued to perfect his use of this wand throughout his school career, eventually graduating from Hogwarts in 1945. Yep, he graduated, and yet he didn't. Yeah, anyway, after his graduation, the newly minded Lord Voldemort, as he was now called, began to more openly put his wand to evil ends. Yeah. He used this to perform very powerful dark magic, and to murder others for the creation of new Horcruxes to ensure his shield against death. After disappearing for a solid 4 years, Voldemort returned in I don't remember. He returned later, 4 years later, to request the Defense Against the Dark Arts post at Hogwarts from the new headmaster, Albus Dumbledore. And Albus Dumbledore at the time was the Transfiguration Professor, but he eventually became a headmaster of Hogwarts. After he asked to apply for the job, Dumbledore turned him down immediately upon realizing his true intentions to seeking the job. And Riddle used this wand to place a curse on the job, causing its occupant to suffer some misfortune that would drive them from the job in a year or less. So, every new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher they had would always not stay for more than a year. And they wouldn't stay for more than a year because of Riddle's curse. They would always suffer some misfortune. Anyway, after his failure to acquire the Hogwarts post he sought, he declared open war on the Wizarding world, intending to, rule the world forever and, make his ultimate dream a reality. And he frequently employed the 3 unforgivable curses through the use of his wand, not hesitating to use the killing curse and on those who opposed him or even annoyed him, which, if someone, annoyed him or, was, annoying him, he just, bam, Vada Kedavra, and just killed him straight up without even giving him a chance. I know, right? Anyway, over the course of the First Wizarding War, the wand had become a weapon of murderous intent and a tool of dark magic at the hands of its master. So this basically was a very dark weapon, this was a really dark weapon, and it was feared by many people, many wizards. Just like in Lord of the Rings, the Morgul blade from the Nazgul is also feared because if you get stabbed from it, you suffer this Morgul curse. And if those of you don't remember, Frodo got stabbed with it on top of Weathertop. And anyway, sorry, that's Lord of the Rings. I'm talking about Harry Potter here. Anyway, he sank deeper and deeper into the dark arts until there was no more of the boy who had originally purchased it that day at Diagon Alley so many decades before. Or sorry. And this is where we come to the part where Harry Potter gets involved. And in the year 1980, at the height of his power during his reign of terror, Lord Voldemort learned from one of his Death Eaters, Severus Snape, that a prophecy had just been made concerning the coming birth of a child who would bring about his destruction from the newly appointed Professor of Divination, Sybil Trelawney. Those of you who don't know, Sybil Trelawney is people keep saying she's fake, and and I think that's right. She is probably. I don't know. But the only 2 prophecies she said that were legit were the one concerning Harry and the one concerning the rise of the Dark Lord. Anyway, after hearing this, Voldemort panicked and sprang into action. despite the fact that Snape originally hadn't told him the entire prophecy because he hadn't heard all of it, he targeted Harry Potter some months later, and the Potter family was forced to go into hiding in the village of Godric's Hollow. And though their location was concealed by means of the Fidelius Charm, which is like a invisibility house or something like that, they were betrayed by their secret keeper, Peter Pettigrew, also known as Wormtail. Peter Pettigrew was one of the 4 Marauders, along with James Potter, Harry's dad, Remus Lupin, and Sirius Black. And he betrayed them, who sold their secret to Lord Voldemort to win the Dark Lord's favor. Which, many people hate him for that, but there was nothing he could, I don't know. In 1981, Voldemort proceeded to Godric's Hollow shortly after Pettigrew's revelation, and made his way to the home of the Potters, which was in Godric's Hollow. Once there, he quickly dispatched James, who, using his wand, and proceeded upstairs to finish off his newborn nemesis, Harry Potter. The baby boy who was only a baby when we wanted to kill him. Who couldn't even wait until he was old enough. Had to kill him now. The baby killer. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Lily Potter, Harry's mother, refused to step aside despite Voldemort's offer to let her live. Now, some of you might question, why would he offer to let her live? I mean, he mostly kills everyone. Why would he offer to let her live? Well, the answer to that is, it was Severus Snape made him promise to offer her to live, because if you guys don't know, Severus Snape secretly loved Lily and always loved her, always, and sorry, that's sad. And after she refused, Avada Kedavra, then killed her too. But after he killed her, and after she protected Harry, refusing to step aside to kill him. I mean, refusing to step aside to let Voldemort kill him. This, you see, it triggered a powerful means of protection for Harry that Voldemort could not easily penetrate henceforth. So it's basically sacrificial protection, which uses the powerful magic of love to, if you sacrifice your life, if you lovingly sacrifice your life for one another, then you die for them, you basically conjured sacrificial protection, which makes you impervious, or sorry, I can't pronounce that word. It protects you against any dark magic, such as the Killing Curse. Which explains after Voldemort killed her, he then turned his wand on Harry, and after he cast the Killing Curse, After he used the Killing Curse, it backfired because Lily sacrificed herself, sacrificial protection, like I said, and it rebounded. I mean, it backfired and rebounded upon Voldemort, and ripping him apart from his body. At the moment, but this is the main point. Part of Voldemort's soul that was unstable. Part of Voldemort's unstable soul. I can't talk today. Unstable soul fragmented and attached itself to the infant Harry Potter, accidentally making Harry his unintentional 7th Horcrux, which explains why he can speak Parseltongue and why he can do all sorts of that stuff. And I can go on and on about explaining the whole history of this, but I think it's good to say. I mean that this. I think you've heard enough. I mean, if you want to know more, I mean, you can just obviously read the books or watch the movies. But if you don't, if you're too lazy to do that, then just go online or search it up. You'll probably get a good result from many sites. Let's just no, I'm done with history stuff. I got this wand from the Nobel collection. It was like $50. I don't know how much that is in euros or pounds or I don't know how much it is in European money or Canadian money or anything. But I got this for $50. I ordered it on Amazon from the Nobel collection, and it got here like it came in like a week, and actually this came from overseas. This came from like France or something like that, and as you can tell, let's go into detail. This is the handle. As you can see, there's very explicit detail right here. There's even this thing right here. It's like a hook, and it's like if in the movies you can see like this hook thing. Voldemort like puts that in handy because whenever he holds it like this. Sorry, he holds it like this. Yeah, and which is weird, he like holds his wand like this, or holds his wand like this, or something like that. He holds his wand weird. I don't know. Anyway, we have this thing, which is like a tree root. It looks like this. If you look at it from a side, it kind of looks like this tree like root. And, if you don't notice, I mean this. If you tilt it to like the side a little bit, I mean it kind of looks like a phoenix beak or something like that, but it's not. It's a hook. Anyway, down here we have the shaft, which and like this middle thing goes down here, and there's like tiny little indentations of marks, which, like I said, looks like a tree root. Then it cuts off here at like this diagonal edge. Then, all the way, then we have the Warner Brothers or Nobel collection symbol. Then all the way it spreads and goes all the way, like down the shaft. This wand is actually 14 inches. Or 14 and a half inches, but though in the movies it was exactly this height. It was exactly this long. But in the books it was 13 and a half inches, and it was 13 and a half inches. And most wands in the books don't really like have details of what they look like, so it never really explains like Voldemort in the books. It never really explains Voldemort's wand like having this hook thing or this whole like thing. But also in the movie, Voldemort's wand, the shaft was like curved, but I don't know why it was curved, but which is weird. But anyway, this wand is actually made of wood. It's actually made of wood, not resin, like it's not made of resin like Harry's wand is. Although Harry's wand is a bit heavier because it's a bit heavier. It has because it's made of resin, which is a type of plastic. Anyway, but Voldemort's wand is made of wood, and it's weird because I don't think any other wands that are from the Nobel collection are actually made of wood. I mean, I don't know, but this is nice, but I don't know what wood this is made of. though that's all I do know is that it's made of wood. In the book, though, his wand wood was yew, Y-E-W, not Y-O-U. It's Y-E-W, and let's see. I got this wand for $50, and it's really nice. Harry's wand is a little heavy, but Voldemort's, it's actually pretty light. It's actually pretty light. Since it's made of wood, it doesn't really weigh that much, but it's really light. With Harry's wand, there's like a weight to it. Every part of it feels a little heavy. It's like, sorry, sorry. Every single part of it. You can feel the weight whenever you're swishing it around or stuff like that. But Voldemort's wand is really lightweight. It's easier to flick around. There's no you can't really feel the weight. It's like really light. And comparing the two wands, Voldemort's wand and Harry's, like I said, both have the same core. And what's weird though is that they both have this thing, this middle part. Although Harry's might be a little fatter than Voldemort's. In fact, Harry's is a lot fatter than Voldemort's. It's a lot more chunkier, kind of. Both wands are fantastic, and in the box, the box has this black ribbon around it, all black, and has these black ribbons and black velvet thing. But the other Ollivanders, Harry's wand, the box it came in had a red ribbon. It wasn't all black. Most Ollivander wands have this red ribbon on there, but there's no black ribbons or anything, which is weird. And anyway. Voldemort's box has this star thing on both ends, both here and here. What's weird is that most Ollivander boxes have this star pattern on every box, no matter what wand. But the weird thing is that Harry's wand, it doesn't have the stars. It just has this number code. I think Harry's is the only one that has a number code on it. There was another sticker on here, but I don't know where it went. But there's this number. It's not a star or anything. 963. I think they actually put the number on there, unlike all the others, to mark it as Harry Potter's only. And I don't know. That's just a guess I have. But you should. I recommend buying these. I recommend buying this wand. This is probably it's probably my favorite wand. Well, not my favorite, but I would not recommend I would not recommend swinging it around too much because, as you know, these can easily break. They are very fragile, and this one's made of wood, so it can break pretty easily. The shaft is really thin and can snap easily. So I wouldn't recommend being too rough with this if you get it. And same goes for Harry's wand or any other wand that's resin, because they can break too, but not as easily. But yeah, I recommend getting this if you love Harry Potter, if you're a big fan, if you've always been a fan, you've read all the books, you've seen all the movies, you've if you know everything about it, then yeah, I recommend this for you. if you're a fan of Voldemort or He Who Must Not Be Named or Tom Riddle, sorry, if you are a fan of him or Harry Potter in general, if you like wands or stuff like that, if you collect stuff, then yeah, get this. I mean, get Harry's, get all of them. Though don't waste your money. Oh, and if you just to let you know, I'm actually pretty excited because this year there's this new Harry Potter movie coming out, and it's called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And it's not really a prequel. Well, kind of. It's not exactly a prequel, and it's not a sequel either. But it's like a book. It's based on a book it's based on a wizarding book that Harry reads during his school year, and I'm so excited. It's a 3-part film, and the first part of it comes out this year in November. I'm so excited. Anyway, yeah, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment, subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but like I said, this year my goal is to make more videos than I did last year, so I'll be in touch. Okay. That's all I have for now. It's nice. Have some. Sorry, I'm probably a good way to end a review. Bye. Sorry. Enjoy. I recommend getting this. All right. I'll see you all later. Bye.